No more can be traded. My heart's have been spaded. I'm not too prideful to up and leave. You've been all complacent. The tides have been changing. Love is just patience, and for you.
What's up, Bookmas? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I will be sharing with you guys my 10 before the end. I know I did a 24 before 2024, and I decided to break it down to my most, how can I put it, the most anticipated books that I want to read before the end of the year. And if not, we can always roll on over into 2024 with them. But these are ones that are on my immediate radar. Anytime I look on my bookshelf and I be like, I want to read those, or books that I've heard others talking about that I just want to read. So we're going to stop rambling and we're going to dive right into this video because I don't know y'all up for too long. I know it's Bookmas. I know you got some other favorite creators you want to watch during this time, but just bear with me for a second. Bear with me just for a few minutes. So the first book on my list is a book that I started reading. I think I'm like 69 pages in. It's The Rebel King by Kennedy Ryan. This is the second book in the Kingsman series. I think that's what it's called. Is it the Kingsman series? I don't know. Because it's Kingmaker. Is it a Kingmaker series? I don't know. But I read Kingmaker. I got 69% into this one. And I think I put it down to read a new release that I was really anticipating reading. So I want to go back and dive back into this one. I really enjoyed Maximum and Lennox's story. So I want to dive back into that to see how that ends for them. I don't know if Queen Move is actually a part of that series or if it's just like a interconnecting standalone. So I don't have that book yet because for some reason it hasn't been published through Blooms yet. So we'll get to it when we get to it. The next book is Blood Like Faith. I don't know which video it is in, but it's somewhere back down the line. I read Blood Like Magic. I think it was one of my mood reading vlogs. I want to read Blood Like Faith. I didn't end up buying the book when it came out because I wanted the paperback because Blood Like Magic came. I had the Blood Like Magic in paperback, so I wanted the paperback of this one. So when it came out, I grabbed it, and I haven't read it yet, but I want to get into it before the end of the year. If not, like I said, 2024 sometime. The next one is a fairly new release. It came out this year sometime. I think I want to say like in, when did this book come out? August. It came out in August, and I purchased it in August and had it since August. But when it came out, a lot of people were saying they didn't like this book. Like they were saying like it was like a placeholder for the Grandest Games. So that is the Brother Hawthorne. I want to read this one. I want to get my opinion on it since it died down and everybody else have read it and got their thoughts and opinions out about it. I want to read this one and see how I feel about it. I just didn't want my opinions to be overshadowed by everyone else's opinions. So I kind of gave it a minute before I read this book. So hopefully I'm not disappointed. But how everybody else is kicking it, it is disappointing. So yeah, we shall see. The next one is Powerless by Elsie Series. If you watch any of my videos, you know or if you follow me on TikTok, you know I just finished reading Heartless and Dedicated. I am obsessed with Cade. So far, Cade is my favorite. I think this one followed Jasper and Salome. Salome is the cousin of the Easton brother Cade and Rick. She's the cousin of them, I think. And I think she's like a figure skater, if I'm not mistaken. And I know Jasper is a hockey player. He's like an elite hockey player. So I'm ready to read this one and see what it's about and see if they can take the place of Cade. At this point, it go Cade and then Rick. We're gonna see. We're gonna see as we dive further into this series. We're gonna see in which order I place these guys. So far, Dedicated and Rick. Let me know your ranking of the fellas in the comment down below. And if you read this series, Chestnut Spring series, if you read it, let me know your ranking of all the guys in this book down below so that I can know what you think, and then I can set my opinion and see if we on the same track. So Cade and Rick for me right now, then we'll see who follows them. The next book is also a new release, and it is by Lauren Asher. It's Love Redesigned. Everyone has been giving this book a 5-star. This book is pretty long. It is pretty thick. It's a big one. Ooh, it is a big one. Let me see the pages on that. But I love Lauren Asher. One thing about Lauren Asher, she never misses for me. It's 514. She never misses with me at all. I've read her whole Dreamland Billionaire series. I read the first 2 books in the Dirty Air series. So I need to finish reading those 2 books in Dirty Air series, and then I'm not saying that I'm gonna read those before this, because I am gonna most definitely read this. I put this on my December TBR, so we're gonna definitely get into this before we get to the last 2 books in the Dirty Air series. So Lauren Asher, Love Redesigned. Now this one I've been saying I want to read all year long, and I have not picked it up. And she is one of my favorite authors. I'm obsessed with this lady. I've read her. First of all, what got me into reading none other than By a Third by Lucy Score, what got me into reading Lucy Score books was this one right here, Things We Never Got Over. I gave that book 5 stars. I love that book. Now the series in itself is a 5-star series for me, but that's a 5-star read. That's like a 4, but you know, we'll talk about that at the end of the year. But yeah, I need to read this. A lot of people be saying they love Dominic and hear that he grovels. He's a groveling guy. And I really been dying. Like, I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this. And never got around to it. Lucy Score is one of those books that, although they're thick, I can speed through her writing because it is very easy to read. It's very entertaining. I love the way she writes her means in her books. So I know that what everyone's saying about Dominic, I am going to love him. He's going to be one of my favorites. So I cannot wait to finally read this. So we're going to see. We're going to see. Now, the next book is a Long Shot by Kimmy Ryan. It's part of her Hoop series. I do own the other 2. Long Shot, Hook Shot, Block Shot. I just want to just dip my toe into the first book before the end of the year so that I can dive into the rest of them throughout 2024. So I really want to read Long Shot to see what it's about. I know a lot of people love this series. I love Kimmy Ryan. Anything Kimmy Ryan I'm buying. She's one of those, anything you publish, I'm going to buy type of authors for me. Anything she write, I'm buying. I don't care if it's her grocery list. I love Miss Kimmy Ryan. Kimmy Ryan is like up there. She's like one of my top favorite writers. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a TikTok of my no brain thought by authors. So anytime, like any book they publish, I am buying. I don't care if she write it, I'm buying it. So I want to read this. I can't wait to her next book come out. This Could Be Us. It's part of the Before I Let Go series. I don't know what the name of that series is, but I do know that when that come out, I am buying it. I don't care what I'm in the middle of reading. I'm immediately reading that book because I think it's about Solita. I need to figure out who that book's about. I need to look into who that book is about because for some reason I feel like it's Solita. I feel like it's Solita. I don't know. I may be wrong. But yeah. Now, I started reading this series, I want to say the end of last year, in the beginning of this year. And when I started reading this series, I was just flying through the books, like flying. And then I just kind of stopped reading the book, but I want to get back into this series. And I stopped off before Fuel the Fire by Christine Becker Ritchie. I need to get the new covers to these books, the white covers. I still have the old ones, the self-published versions. I ordered these off of Amazon, and like I said, when I ordered it, I was flying through this series. Like, I don't care how many pages was in the book. I was speed reading through this series. I was reading, finishing, picking up the next one. It was just a no-brainer for me. But for some reason, I kind of just stopped reading it. But I want to get back into this world. I want to get back into the corsets. I absolutely love the Calloway sisters. I love Reich. I love Connor. I love Lowe. I love all of the characters in this book. And I know they have like a spinoff with their children. So that's why I want to finish this series so that I can eventually buy that series with the kids and read that one, because I just can't get enough of them. Like they just make me, for some reason, like these are my happy reads. Like anytime I read this series, I'm just reading it smiling like a psychopath. I'm just reading it smiling and laughing. I love Reich and Daisy. I think Reich and Daisy is my favorite couple. Although a lot of people like Connor and Rose or Lily and Lowe, I love Reich and Daisy. It's just something about those two that just does it for me every time. Like they're so funny. I just love they just love pissing people off. So I absolutely love Reich and Daisy. But everybody, I love all of them in general, but Reich and Daisy are my favorite. Not even gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Reich and Daisy are my favorite couples to read about in this series. But yeah. Now this book right here, I actually just purchased this book today. But I've been saying I wanted to read this entire series for a long time, because I've seen a lot of girls talking about this series, saying that this series remind them of the Addicted Calloway series. And if that's so, I know once I finish this one, I am going to buy the remainder of these books. I think they're being published through Blooms as well. Blooms has been on it. Blooms has been publishing all the girls. And I'm eating it up, because that means they're now in my Books A Million. And I don't have to drive 2 hours away to Barnes & Nobles to purchase these books. But Binding 13 by Chloe Wash. A lot of people been saying they love this series. They say this series reminds them so much of the Addicted Calloway series, and they've really been eating the series up so much. Like, and I just been hearing a lot of stuff about it. So I went to Books A Million today, and I seen it was out. I grabbed a copy, and I am going to dive into it before the end of the year. And one thing they kept consistent about this book is the small behind writing. This small writing. I am going to have to purchase it on my Kindle in order to be able to read it. So, yeah. Why is this writing so small? So, yeah. I can't wait till the rest of these books come out. Binding 13, Keep 13, Saving 6, Redeeming 6. And I think she's releasing another book. I don't know. Like I said, this is my first time actually put my hands on this book, and I'm going to read this book. So, yeah. The next and final book, it's another book by Miss Kennedy Ryan, and it is Real. I've been saying I want to read this book all year. I kid you not. If you go back and watch any of my TBRs, you'll see I put this book on my TBR multiple times. For some reason, I don't know why. I just don't pick it up, but I absolutely love Kennedy Ryan, like I said. So I am going to force myself. It's not even gonna be me forcing, because anything she write and I get into it, done deal. I'm flying through it. So Real is going to be the 10th book in this video. I am dying to read this book. I can't wait to read it. I need to get like a spot so that I can just sit this book on the table, like sit on top of something, so that I can just pick from it throughout December, especially doing my mood reading vlog. 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna do some mood reading vlogs. So yeah, those are all the 10 books I want to read before the end. So 10 before the end. And comment down below. Let me know what some of the 10 books you want to get to before the end of 2023. And just share with me. Just share with me down in the comments what you want to read before the end of 2023, so that I can purchase more books to add on my never-ending bookshelves that I still need to buy like 2 or 3 more of. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. And have a great holidays. Be safe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow in my next video.
I'm calling bullshit. Say you got it, but you ain't got nothing. Bad bitches don't say shit, they just hug.